And now we're live. Hey, Jolien.
Hi, hello.
Thanks for joining in our live session today. So this is the Friday session. So it's a bit middle afternoon. It's not the proper time we usually do it, but we know you have a very busy schedule because in Belgium you're allowed to train and to ride. I should introduce you before. So you're a pro cyclist, member of the Belgium team and the track. Plus, you've got multiple wins on the road. You've got a medal in the Olympics. Sorry. Then you've got a couple of podium on the big classic on the monuments. So, how long have you been doing your pro riding? How has it been? How do you do from track to road? How do you train differently? Just quick summary of 5 minutes.
So actually, I've always been doing the combination with my studying at the university. So I've got a degree in physiotherapy. So I did that during my professional career. But then once I got my degree, I turned a real professional, and then my results were improving. And that's when I got a bronze medal in Rio at the Olympics. And yeah, I'm also the sprinter in the team. So on the road, I'm doing all the sprints. So yeah, especially in the spring classics, those are my favorite races.
Okay, so you do prefer classics than Grand Tour, where you can do multiple wins. So you prefer day races than Grand Tour.
Yeah, especially because I'm not a climber. So I'd like to have flat races, also cobbles. So I think the races in Belgium are perfect. And that's why I also have to do a lot of gym work. So like 2 or 3 days in a week, I'm in the gym to maintain my power, my speed on my bike. So yeah.
Okay, great. And so we know that at the moment it's pretty tough for you, and we know you're doing some Swift races. How is it very different from normal races, like about the tactics, placements? Do you do it with your team, or do you do open races?
Yeah. Well, this week we did Tour for All, so it was five days of racing, and I've done 2 days with the team. But it was so hard, and I'm so bad at it because it's really like a game, and it's not just riding your bike. You also have to use the power ups in Swift, and it's really tactical. So yeah, it's super hard, and you're suffering from minutes 1 to the end of the race. So yeah, I don't like it that much, but it's a good way to keep yourself busy now during these times.
Okay, and I guess you're exciting about racing in Paris-Roubaix later this year. Do you have plans to do it
Yeah,
already?
yeah, for sure. I think that's the most beautiful race in the world, Paris-Roubaix. And I've been there in Roubaix just a few weeks ago when we were still allowed to cross the borders. So I saw the track, the velodrome, and yeah, I really had goosebumps riding on the track. And yeah, I can't wait to ride it in October now this year. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay, super nice. Yeah, if you have any question, I can see people joining the live now. If you have any question, just write them on the text, and after I will read them to you, Jolien. I might have to translate sometimes. I'm not too sure if you speak French.
Oui, je parle français.
Okay, now but do it in English. Do it as you're confident with.
Okay.
Then I can do the
I can speak a
translation.
little bit French, but not perfect. So yeah. Okay.
And so, okay, so you told me before the training that you have a pretty tough week already in training. So today will be about mobility. How often do you do such training? Like once a week, twice a week?
No, like mobility and flexibility training, like stretching and stuff. I do it every day, mostly before I leave for training. But it's only half an hour. It's nothing more than that. So it's really easy. But I do that every day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just so just show us the exercises and we just follow you. And it's gonna be what, 20 minutes today, 25 minutes?
Yeah, 25 minutes, I guess, something like that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so yeah, if you have any question, just let us know, and let's go.
Okay. So we do a little bit of warming up, and we start with the lunges. So 5 times left, 5 times right side. When you have your left leg to the front, then use your right arm and bend a little bit. Yeah, and back. And the other leg. Just 5 times each side. One more time. Yep. The next one, we'll stand like this. The walkouts. So 5 times a walkout. I will show you. So you stretch, and you just walk to the front, a high plank, and you go back. 5 times. Okay, let's start. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Four. And 5. Okay, the next one is a bit hard to explain, but I'll show you first. So basically you have to do a bit of a lunge. So left leg is to the front. And then your left arm is 90 degrees. And then you reach to the top. And you look at your hands. I don't know if you can see it. So right leg to the front. Right arm 90 degrees. And you look at your hands. So 5 times right side, 5 times left side. 2. That's 3.
I am so not flexible.
Really? That's 5. And the other side? Those exercises are good for you then.
Yes, especially when you sit for too long in the office.
Yeah. That's 3. 2 more times. That's 4. That's 5. Next one is the hip openers. As a cyclist, it's really important to have your hips open for the circulation, for blood circulation. So this exercise I'm doing a lot. It's just like this, but if you can go deep, just go as deep as you can. Yeah. 10 times each side. So left, right, left, right. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, next one. I'll use my timer now. So we do 20 seconds of Highland jacks. So you cross your legs and you cross your arms. Just do like this for 20 seconds. And let's start. exercise to warm up is the mountain climbers. So we're gonna also do that for 20 seconds. I think everybody knows that exercise. I'll show you. Basically, it's just this. For 20 seconds.
Okay.
Okay? And let's go. All right. Done.
Time up.
I hope you're a bit warmed up now.
Yeah, it's super warm. Apparently, they can't really hear you. I have comments that your volume is pretty low. When you speak, it's pretty.
This should be better, I think.
Yeah. Louise, est-ce que tu entends mieux Jolien maintenant, du coup? Just.
Maybe I should wear a headphone or something.
I think it's good now. I can hear you more.
Okay, good. So yeah, that was the warming up. Next, I have a few exercises. Can we start again, or should we wait a bit more?
Yeah, no, let's go, let's go.
Okay, so we do the lunges. 5 times left, 5 times right. Yep. That's 3, 4. And one more time, that's 5. Okay. Next one is the plank walk. Oh, that's a nice one. So I'll show you. You stand like this, you go in plank, and you come up again. You're gonna do that 10 times.
Okay.
Okay?
How do you call that one?
The plank walk.
Okay.
Walk plank. All right, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, the next one is a kind of a core exercise for the abs. So I'll show it. You start from this position, you're touching the ankles, and then you go low. Just like this. Also, we're gonna do that 10 times. Just try to touch the ankles. And go straight. That's 1. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so those were 3 exercises. I'm gonna do that one more time.
Okay, let's go.
Start with the lunges. 5 times left, 5 times right. Let's go. You can always make it harder if you have a weight and you turn to one side like this. Okay. Next was the plank walk, 10 times. Ready? Let's go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, and now the abs again. So again, this one. 10 times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I hope you sweat a bit now.
It's hot now.
That's good. Okay, now we're gonna do 3 exercises and again 2 times. So the first one of the 3 is the Deadbox. So you lay on your back, 90 degrees in your knees, and you do right leg, left arm, and other side. 10 times each side. So we start with right leg, left arm. And let's go. Start. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The next one is the hip lifts. So that's an easy one. Also again on your back, and you just lift your hips like this. 10 times. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next one is my personal favorite. So you start like this. Try to keep your knees on the ground and your feet is touching your knee. And then what you're gonna do is just go to the other side and do the same on the other side. So, yeah. So you have to open your hips.
Yeah, it's super tight.
Super tight. So we're gonna do that 5 times to the left, 5 times to the right. 1, 2.
I can't put my back as straight as yours.
That's practice, that's training. One more time each side. Okay. Now again, we do the Deadbox on your back. And let's go. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 8, 9, 10. Now hip lifts, so you can stay on your back and you lift your hip in the air. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now again, the hip openers. You can make it actually even more difficult if you stand up on your knees. But if that's too hard, you can just do like previous one.
Yeah, that one is already pretty tough.
Yeah. One more time each side. Okay. Okay, so for the next ones, we're gonna lay on our belly. And it's the flying shoulder press. So you keep your elbows in 90 degrees. And you reach your arms to the front. And you lift them. Okay, 10 times. And yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The next one is again a plank, but it's a bit different. So you stand in the plank and you move forward. So that's 1. Also 10 times. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Have a look now. Okay. It's again on your back. You keep your arms in 90 degrees. You stretch your legs. And you just bring them to the side.
Just like a pendulum.
Sorry?
Just like a pendulum.
Yeah, that's the name of the exercise.
Okay. Nice.
It's also a good exercise for your core, for your abs. So you will feel it in your abs. But again, for people, if it's too hard, they can also flex the legs. That's easier, like this. Okay, and then 5 times each side. Okay. 1, 2. One more time. Okay. So we're gonna do those 3 exercises one more time. First, I need a drink.
People are commenting, it looks so easy when she does it.
But I'm also sweating. It's really warm in here.
Does it get warm in Belgium?
Yeah, right now it's 25 degrees.
It's summer.
It's like summer. Yeah. So again, we start with the shoulder press on our belly. 90 degrees in the elbows, and then you reach forward.
10 times, correct?
10 times, yep. I'm at 5 now. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next one was the plank, the moving plank. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Also 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the last one, the pendulum. And go. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. So those were my main exercises. Now it's a bit of a cooling down.
So this, you always do it before a ride, correct?
Most of those exercises I'm doing, yeah, but it can change a little bit. But those are the ones I like.
Okay. And do you add weights sometimes into this one, or you just do them as a small warm-up before a ride?
More like a small warm-up, but like with the lunges, sometimes I use like a 3-kilo medicine ball. So when I do this, so you can easily add weights with a ball or something, or with small weights.
And so you have a gym.
Yeah, well, gym is a big word, but I have this, and I have my weights.
Nice.
So that's enough. And yeah, a lot of elastic bands. See, that's really useful, those elastics.
I have some as well, but I have like 2.
Yeah. Now we're gonna do stretching exercise for your hips. So you lay on your back, like this, and you just bring your leg to one side, and on the other side. Actually, you have to hold it for a few seconds.
So we put our hand on our knee, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
How long do we hold it?
Normally 30 seconds. Another one is also, so you stay on your back, You have your one foot on your knee, and you pull one leg towards you, so you feel the stretch in your glutes. You also hold this for 30 seconds. And the other side.
This side is super tight for me.
Yeah, I also have always one side that's tighter than the other one. That's normal. Next exercise is a bit of a yoga exercise, downward facing dog. So you just sit between your ankles and you reach forward with your hands. So you keep your ankles in touch with your sit bones. So they have to touch each other. And at the same time, you reach as far as you can forward with your hands. And try to breathe. Now you can go to your feet.
It's a good stretch for all the back muscle, the calf, the hamstrings, the back.
Yeah. And from this one, you go to this position.
Oof.
You can't do like this. That's wrong. If you go through your shoulders, but you really have to push yourself on your hands. That's it. And the last one is just little stretching exercise for the calves. Other side. That's it.
Thank you.
So I don't know how long the workout was, how many minutes it was.
I think it has been like 25 minutes to 30 minutes already.
Okay, that's good.
It's a good training for Friday. It's public holiday in France, so people also need a rest today. Is it public holiday in Belgium?
No. On Sunday it's Mother's Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. What? Okay. Let me check if there is any some questions. Okay. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Yeah. Okay. And when? Wait. Let me check. But how do you train? Is it hard to get used to after like doing a road season when you go back on track? How long does it usually take you to feel? Because track is very specific?
Yeah, well, it's easier to go from road to track than from track to road, if you know, if you
Okay.
understand what I mean. But for me, it takes like 2 weeks of training to get back into the other thing. But yeah, because I'm a sprinter on the road, I use my speed from the track on the road and vice versa. So for me, it's easier. Making
Okay.
a combination is easy for me, especially after all those years. I've been doing this now, yeah, 15 years. So I'm used to it now.
Okay. And so on track, you do mostly omnium, which is basically the most, I don't know how to say that in English, but the most, where you have to have strength everywhere because there is sprints, there is the long distance race, and there's a sprint. And so it's the most general, the hardest, I would say, because you have to be like a good sprinter, you have to be long in the very tactic races. Have you only done this on track, or have you started by doing sprinting on track, then moved to omnium?
Well, I come from the road, so I'm an endurance athlete and I'm a sprinter on the road. So that's handy for the short events on the track as well. Uh, but I don't do specific training for it. It's more natural, I think. Yeah, and I think the hardest part in the omnium is not physically, but it's also mentally because yeah, when one event is done, you have to switch to the other one. So mentally, you have to be really strong, especially if you have a bad event. It's like, yeah, the race is not over until it's over. So you always have to go full until the end. So mentally, it's really hard.
And people ask as well, what's your personal best on squats?
On the squats, like 130 kilos.
Okay. And do you check your personal best multiple times in the season, or once a year or twice a year?
Yeah, it's more like once or twice a year. It's the most important is in the preparation for a track event. Before a road race, it's not super important to squat so many kilos. It's more about endurance then. But before a track, it's yeah, it's all about the muscles and it's all about the power. So the 130 kilos I did before the Olympics.
Okay. And there's also another question was, because you were talking about road, it's how many K do you do per year? So like 15,000, 20,000. Do you count in hours or do you count in kilometers? Or because
I
you do
count in hours.
so
So it's hard to tell how many kilometers I'm doing, but like every a training week is for me around 25 hours on the bike. So and besides that, I also have gym. I have yeah, other stuff, but it's 25 hours more or less on the bike. So yeah.
do you also do mountain bikes from time to time, or do you only stay on the road?
I prefer to stay on the road, but like now we've got time to do other things. So yeah, now I use my mountain bike as well. I also went for a run sometimes. So yeah, I'm trying different stuff now.
Okay. And as a Belgium, are you super fan of cyclocross? Have you started by cyclocross, or have you never done it? Like as a, I guess you've done some, but
No, I've never done it. Never ever. I never had a bike as well, a cyclocross bike, because I started actually with the track, and then I went to the road. So I never rode a bike actually, but my first time was the track bike.
okay,
So that was a bit special, but I never had a cyclocross bike. No.
okay. I thought you were like, okay, I've done some cyclocross before, and because
Yeah, you need to have a lot of equipment and a lot of different bikes and tires, and it's quite expensive, especially if you don't have yeah a team paying you for it. So it's like it's hard to start with.
okay, and so at the moment, like, because you were talking about team, do you only train by yourself, or do you have your team members who are next to you, or do you train with other rider from other team? Do you train with guys? How do you organize your training?
Well, all my teammates from Bulls Dolmans, they're not living in Belgium, so the closest ones are staying in the Netherlands. But I don't train with them. I only see them at the races. But here in the neighborhood, there are a few professional riders, also men. Sometimes I train with them. And actually, my coach is the same coach as Mathieu van der Poel. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying we're doing the same trainings, but we have the same coach.
No, yeah, but your career is at least Mathieu van der Poel is like super mega impressive. Just because he's a bit French, that's why. No, but your career is super impressive as well. Like you got multiple podiums, Olympics, monuments, big career. You got some super nice jersey behind you. So it's incredible. Yeah, if you have any other questions, yeah, I felt super honored when you started talking with us. I was like, whoa, I'm very impressed. Yeah, and yeah, I'm just going to talk a little bit about our product quickly because you were very interested and you will be part of our superstar testers of our product. So I'm wearing it now, and it's a nice packaging. And we run our pre-orders on Indiegogo at the moment, and all the names of our backers will be written on the back of the packaging. And we're very close to reach our 100%. So we're going to start to move to the next step now and go to start the tooling and to start the manufacturing so we can have some product very soon. We're very much on track to deliver the product in September for all our backers. And yeah, it's a super exciting journey, super exciting product. Thank you, Jolien, for being with us today. It was such an honor to have an athlete like you with us today. I'm just checking if there's any other question in the time being. Yeah, it was such an honor to have a bit of flexibility to finish the week. You show some great exercise that we have to do every day, apparently. It takes only 20 minutes to do. So it's just when you get bored in the office, you stand up and you do 20 minutes of exercises. And you can find our video again on Facebook, and I'm going to post it on YouTube as well. So people can share it and like it and watch it anytime they want. And yeah, and Jolien, have a good time. Hopefully, you will be able to train normally and race. And yeah, and Jolien, have a and so you'll be able to train and race normally very soon. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, and I cannot wait to try it out.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye bye.